Now, on the front page of a couple of papers, there's a story about the gambling regulator investigating the bets which were placed in the timing of the general election. It's reported so far that two Conservative candidates, a close protection officer of Rishi Sunak and the party's chief data officer, are being investigated, but it's believed that there may be many more involved. This is the Guardian front page. It says Sunak urged to drop candidates as betting investigation widens. Another newspaper has picked it up as well. The Eye. Here it says that the Tories question Sunak's leadership as he resists calls to suspend betting scandal suspects. Now, the scandal has actually been compared to Partygate. It was Michael Gove in the Times over the weekend saying that this is as big as Partygate. Home Secretary James Cleverly has been questioned on why the party hasn't taken any action as of yet.
Rishi Sunak said that he's terribly angry about what's happened. What do you think about it? I mean, Michael Gove has said this is like Partygate.
So I've been clear. I have been absolutely clear that from what I have read, I am not in any way going to defend the actions of these individuals. But I'm also conscious that I don't have the full details. The only organisation that does is the Gambling Commission. And it is right that they take action, whatever the appropriate action. And they have been clear that we should not discuss this, and I'm going to abide by their instruction.
Albie, what do you make of this story? I mean, it's pretty big to start comparing it to Partygate.
First of all, I think when a politician says, let me be very clear, they are not going to be clear at all. And I think that's what we saw from James Cleverly. Look, I've met the Home Secretary now, James Cleverly. He's probably one of my more preferable potential future Tory leadership hopefuls, but I don't think he handled that interview very well at all. I don't think the Conservative Party has handled this issue very well at all. And I actually would say that Partygate, that this new betting scandal, it really is all part of the same problem. It's sort of been this omni-shambles of crisis after crisis after crisis since Owen Paterson back in, I think it was November 2021, carried through Partygate. It's all part of the same problem. I don't know why the Conservative Party somehow manages to attract such low-quality people that people would think it is even remotely appropriate to place a bet on when an election is going to be called when you have insider information. George Osborne, in his podcast, Political Currency, said something like 40 people knew about the date of the election in advance. These people need to be dealt with the full force of the law, and the party needs to ask questions about the people it is hiring.
James Cleverly, Nina, got into a spot of bother yesterday. He was doing the rounds on all the political shows when he was challenged because actually the Met Police have taken action against the close protection officer who was involved in this. He's been taken off duties. I think he might have even... he's definitely been suspended.
Yes, he has.
Yeah. And of course the questions... and in fact, I think he's actually been arrested because it is against the law.
It's insider trading.
To place a bet when you've got insider information. But the question here, and where James Cleverly was a bit wrong-footed, he's in charge of the Met Police. He's the Home Secretary. The Met Police have taken some very clear action against one of their officers. Why isn't his leader, Rishi Sunak, doing the same? I mean, there is an investigation by the Gambling Commission, but there are several people on this list who have said, yes, I did put that bet down, and it was a very silly thing to do. So do we need any more information before you start suspending people?
We don't. There's Craig Williams who said I had a flutter and was all apologise and all wrong. I don't know even where to start with this story. Sunak, as you say, the weakness. He's coming out and saying, I'm very, very angry. So what? It's like a child standing in the corner saying, I'm going to hold my breath until you, whatever. I'm going to stamp my feet. It does nothing. Should be suspending these people who have admitted to it. And the worry is that there's potentially more.
Yeah.
As you said, there's 40 people who knew the date. But the implication is that there are more people. And are there cabinet ministers? The other thing is, it's moronic to risk your reputation, your career for a few hundred quid.
That's the other thing. I mean, you're right that no one's kind of gone and put £10,000 at 4 to 1. Yeah. It's you know, the investigation's only really looking at returns of over £200. But Michael Gove said that it perpetuates the story that it's one rule for us and another rule for them. Do you agree?
I completely agree. And I also work in finance as well as politics and broadcasting. And insider trading is actually something quite serious. And most people understand. In fact, I don't know anyone in finance that would do something this stupid. And I think when you're an ordinary person working in other professions, very few people seem to make mistakes like this. And I just wonder why people in politics are somehow predisposed to being so stupid as to make decisions like this.
OK.
I think you become, particularly the Tory party, you become part of this kind of exclusive club. You feel you're entitled and the rules don't apply to you.
Yeah, or maybe that's been the sort of the trend in the last few years. But look.